Hello, my beautiful rock stars. It's your girl Rocqi, your revolutionary hippie from LifeIsRocqi. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and happy non-monogamy visibility week. Woo! We gotta figure out another word or phrase, y'all, because that's a lot. But yes, as you can see, I have my new shirt, Normalized Polyamory, and new flag art prints. Both are thanks to Polyam Fam. Definitely make sure you check out his merchandise as well as his content. He's amazing. I started following him like in the beginning 6 years ago. So finally getting my paraphernalia down. Uh-oh. My daughter has discovered something I forgot to take out of the playpen. We'll see how long this video is, because she's discovering things are falling out. And oh my gosh, it's going to be a lot to clean up. But anyways, this is the only way I can record. So she's in the playpen, occupied, and I get to record. So you hear her in the background. But yes, Polyam Fam, check him out. And check out his shirts, his art prints, his stickers. He's an amazing graphic designer. I do have the old Polyam flag up in my room, but I really liked that art print. Show it again. Versus just the traditional flag, just because it looks like it's waving, so, and it's a little pizzazz to it. I think the standard flag is not as much my cup of tea, but I got the shirt so I can wear it out, and I can, you know, show that I am polyamorous and proud, and that we need to normalize it, and we exist, and we are representative, and we are here. But anyways, so that being said, today I wanted to talk about my coming out story as a polyamorous woman. So first, I should preface that the only people I was like caring to come out to were my parents and my niece. Everybody else like could find out publicly. I didn't need to have a one-on-one conversation. Like my niece, just because she's my best friend, she's the same age as me. And then my parents, just because my mom was homophobic all my life, so I was aware of possible reactions, you know? So that being said, I'm going to link above, as well as below, my coming out as bi story. I did that on the It's a Real podcast with my husband. So I'm going to just link that there. So I came out as bi to my parents in 2018. I came out publicly as bi in 2018. Now, publicly, I also came out as polyamorous because it was definitely within the same journey for me as far as figuring it all out. Definitely, I'll link again how I knew I was always polyamorous. I'll link that as far as how I discovered that. But as far as coming out, because my mom did not take me coming out as bi well at all, I waited 2 years before coming out as polyamorous. So the coming out as bi, I was like, hey, because I live across country. So I was like, hey, we need to schedule a time to talk. Make sure you ain't doing nothing, because you're going to need some time to decompress. So yes, I did that. And then, what's it called? It's, yeah, so we talked on the phone, and then I went for a walk after because it was very emotional. But yeah, but for the polyamorous one, I was like, what is the best way for me to share this knowledge? A lot of people don't even know what it means, you know? So I decided. And I also have my playlist, my video playlist of polyamory / ethical non-monogamy. Hey, you didn't found that, huh? And my daughter just found the stick that goes ooh. But anyways, she's going to town in her playpen. But what am I talking about? So there, yeah, on the video resource playlist, I've been collecting since I went into my deep dive 6 years ago. So it's representation, it's education, it's talking about the challenges. It's news, like documentaries and not articles, but like, you know, from a newscast perspective. But yeah, so that being said, I just sent her a video that was from CBS News, and it was a documentary about polyamory. They showed Black polyamorous, they showed triads, they showed quads, they showed a mom of a polyamorous daughter, they showed a married couple who was polyamorous. So it was a lot of representation in that documentary. They also talked to mental health clinicians and sociologists and stuff. So like the academic as well. Great documentary. Again, I'll link it as well. But so I sent her that and I said, watch when you have the time. That was it. That's all I said, because it's long. It was like 20-30 minutes. So I was like, watch when you have the time. That's it. I ain't saying nothing else. And she responded back with, I could never. And I was like, well, I wasn't talking about you. This is who I am. And then she went into this whole stuff about, get down, please. You playing with your toys? Thank you. She went into this whole tirade about how it was illegal and basically immoral and just a lot of ignorance and fear. So basically had to educate her more. It was like, obviously you weren't listening to the video. And she just said she needed time, like she did when I came out as bi. And that was in 2020. So now it's 2024. I have since gotten married, and I've had to remind my mom, like, we're not monogamous, because she's made some statements like a monogamous wife would make, and I was like, Mom, I'm not monogamous. So it, that was how I did it. That was her reaction. And I will say, by the time 2 years had passed after coming out as bi, I no longer had the fear that I did when I did come out as bi. Like, when I accepted my bisexuality, it was accepting the fact that I might lose the relationship with my mother because she can't accept who I am. So when I came out as polyamorous, I had already accepted that. So it really was like, this is just so you know, because I'm be coming back home with a girlfriend eventually, you know? So yeah. The fear was no longer there. I had 2 years of living my truth, and I was with my now husband, and I was dating women. So like, I was living the polyamory life, and like, yeah, so it didn't matter what she said, really. I was like, I'm gonna do me across countries. So, but all that to say, I will say coming out can be unsafe depending on where you are. Polyamory is not a protected right, but shout out to Oakland and Berkeley, who just became the 3rd and 4th city in the country to legalize polyamorous protective rights for polyamorous families and relationships. And I was able to speak to the City Council of Oakland to help get that passed. So yes, history is being made. But there are a lot of places that is unprotected, meaning people can legally discriminate. People have gotten fired, evicted, lost custody of their kids, dishonorably discharged from the military, all for consensually loving multiple people at one time. But anyways, so yeah, it may not be safe, and like there's still the ostracization, there's the discrimination, there's the like people again view it as immoral and stuff. So there's Christian beliefs, well, religious beliefs surrounding that as well. So it definitely can be, unsafe depending on where you are, especially if you're in the South, honestly. But also like your family and things like that, especially if you work with kids. That's also a hot topic around just sharing your information. And it's nothing like in depth. It's just like I'm saying my husband, I would say my girlfriend, my life partner, my wife. That it's not that deep. Like, I'm just talking about me and my life. And these are people who happen to be in it. It's nothing like people. And then as far as, and I guess I'll do another video about this, but I have a 1-year-old, and as far as normalizing polyamory, for her, I started with just reading books about diversity of families, and it's all diverse. So it's interracial, same sex, it's one parent's in the military, one parent's in jail, one parent's out of the country, you know, like it's then disabilities and stuff. So it's like all kinds of different types of families already, blended families, which is normalized. Step parents, step siblings, like it's normalized. And yet you have multiple parents and nobody has broken up. It's suddenly just beyond belief. But anyways, so yeah, all different types of families, and polyamorous families are just another one of those different types. That's it. And from the diversity of families, we'll get to relationships and then people, especially because I'm queer, so you gotta know about that too. So that's my coming out story. Please feel free to share yours in the comments below. And then as we are celebrating Non-monogamy Visibility Week, and make sure you just celebrate that. It went from a day to a week in a year, okay? The first year it started was last year, and it was just a day. And now it's a week of global events. And check out my other video, which I will link and all that stuff, for the events going on. Although I'm posting this pretty late, but as far as like the in-person events, they're happening this weekend. So a lot of the virtual events are happening over the week. But yes, make sure you celebrate and you represent, okay? Remember to check out Polyam Fam and be proud. There's nothing to be ashamed of because you are consensually loving multiple people, which we already know as parents with multiple children, people with multiple friends, family members, community, co-workers. Love is an abundant energy and it is not limited to one. But yeah, so I'm glad that I was able to be proud of who I am. I no longer feared rejection from my parents or my family. And honestly, by me living my truth, I'm actually, let me get some water. I actually have had multiple people, both family and friends and college network, like DM me and say, hey, I am questioning this. Oh, I actually have been living this, didn't know what it was called. Or I have questions about this, or I would like to try this. What are your thoughts on this? So people have been reaching out a lot just because I'm public and living my truth. I'm also willing to educate. Not everybody is, you know, and that's okay, right? You don't have to educate everybody. It's not your responsibility. And again, I have a resource playlist if they want some more. And I started reading the books this year. So I read Polyamory and Parenthood by Jessica Daylover. And I forgot what the partner's name. But I know their name's on that. And then The Ethical Slut I read for the first time. And then I'm starting to get more books as well. So I'm really excited about the book reading aspects of polyamory history, culture, community. Because when I started my deep dive, it was mostly YouTube videos, articles on Google, Facebook groups, things like that. It wasn't the books. But now I'm going to the library, so I can get those. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Be proud. And even if it's not safe for you to come out, and that can definitely impact relationships, because like you can be out with one partner but not out with another, and that can definitely be problematic. I know I cannot, because I spent 26 years in the closet for being bi and poly, but mostly for being bi, and it's just I can never go back into the closet again. And if somebody else is closeted, that means I'm automatically in the closet because I can't live my truth, and I can't live like that. So that is a deal breaker for me. It's not for everyone, but it's definitely an issue that needs to be discussed as you're dating, you know, and as you're having experiences with different people and relationships. But anyways, hopefully you can be proud by, you know, yourself. Even if you can't, be proud in private, even if you can't be proud publicly. Because that's the theme of today for Non-monogamy Visibility Week, public and private. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and, you know, take care of you. Light and love.